To the casual eye, it might look like an illegal crop, but a farmer in Lawrence County, Georgia is hoping to turn it into his main cash crop. Monitor's Ryan Naquin explains how one farmer is turning heads.
On the outskirts of Dexter, Georgia, down Highway 338, they're growing a crop that you might need to take a closer look at to see exactly what it is.
It looks a lot like marijuana. As a matter of fact, the sheriff has called me and wanted to know. He said, I know it's not marijuana, but exactly what is it? Richie has seen a number of people running out of the field with stalks of it, so obviously other people think it might be marijuana.
In the early stages of its growth, this crop carries 5 leaves that are very similar to marijuana leaves, giving some the idea that the Hogans were producing a crop not too legit. However, it is legit. But what exactly is it?
It's a crop called Kenaf, K-E-N-A-F, and we have about 6 or 7 different varieties of the crop that we grow. Some of the best for the Georgia area are Tanyang 2, which is growing across the street. And this crop here, the Whitten, grows very well in this type of soil.
I've been real impressed with it, and of course they like to have it under irrigation, and it probably is best suited for irrigation. But it's somewhat of a forgiving crop provided you get the water, and if you don't get it at all, it probably wouldn't work very well. But we went through a little dry spell that I was real impressed when we did get rain, how it jumped back if it was fertilized.
At their manufacturing facility in North Carolina, Biotech Mills uses Kenaf for its fibers and core to make a number of products that are an alternative to synthetic materials made for various purposes.
We take the fiber, and the fiber from the plant is made into automobile parts to replace fiberglass. And we're in a number of the automobiles in the United States as well as in Japan and Korea.
The nap core, which made horse shavings, and also some spill suck that picks up oil and liquids. It's a very absorbent material, 7 times more absorbent than any other natural product, I believe.
Kenaf is even used in the petroleum industry as a product called drill wall that keeps fluids around the drilling bit. It prevents the loss of these fluids that would otherwise be deposited back into the Earth's soil. Other products of Kenaf are used for erosion control that you might have already seen driving down the interstate.
If you see the blankets going down the sides of the highways that are rolled onto the high inclines, they basically, some of those are made out of Kenaf, and some of them are put in ditches for high water flow to keep the soil retained. And we make a hydromulch also to spray on the side of the roads with fertilizer and grass seed to be able to keep the soil from eroding.
Hughes says using Kenaf as an alternative for these products is good for the economy because synthetics depend on oil.
As the price of petroleum goes up, then the price of those synthetic fibers goes up, and then all those companies that were using synthetics goes up.
Though Kenaf is being used for many new technologies that are being implemented, the practice and the process of Kenaf can be dated back all the way to the ancient Egyptians.
The Egyptians, 4,000 years ago, were using the fibers out of this plant to make the sails for their ships, and they found it wouldn't rot.
Really, most farmers are looking for another crop that they can squeeze a dollar out of. And we had looked at switchgrass, we've looked at several other things, and this just looked like a good alternative to the other things we looked at.
From all the people that I've talked to, they get more from our crop than just about as far as comparing it to wheat or corn or soy. We do a little better than that. It's a single crop. You grow it once a year. You plant it in the spring and we harvest it in the fall.
Kenaf is harvested just like hay. And if farmers are looking to go green, Hughes and Hogan say this is definitely one way they can do just that.
We are a green company through and through. All the products that we make are non-toxic.
You know, the modern thing is going green, and this is biodegradable, so it's got to be a good product from that standpoint.
A good product, no matter how many passerbys do a double take. For the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm Ryan Naquin.